we go, y'all. Welcome back. I am Patrick Michael Strange, and this is
Troy David Phillips.
It is time. That time again. What time is it, Troy?
It's time to spotlight our picks of the week.
I thought it was Adventure Time or Clobber Time, like we said last.
Oh, well, I got to mix it up.
Yeah, we do.
I got to mix it up.
All right, y'all. Flashback Comics, new release Wednesday for
April 9th, 2014.
And there's so many books that came out
There were
this week.
so many good books.
Man.
You know, we're trying not to inundate people, just go on and on and on, which we could do.
For real.
With all the comics that we read.
reals.
Patrick, did you realize I'm up to 118 regular comics a month? 118 monthly titles.
That's a lot of
I read and
comic books,
collect.
y'all.
And Patrick here, I can't even talk about it. You take home, what, a long box a week?
I do pick up quite a few books. And I try to find the time to read it. I'll just leave it at that, because we got a kind of like an end thing going on with that. But we'll leave y'all out.
It's all good fun.
It's all good fun. But there's a lot of great books. So brief.
Can we talk a little bit about the books that we weren't going to spotlight, showcase?
But deserve some shine.
Yeah, they do. They really do.
The Batman Eternal #1.
Scott Snyder, y'all.
It's going to be a regular, ongoing thing. I think that's going to be a weekly thing. Building up on this whole Batman Eternal. They're going to really step up what's going on with Batman, and with the whole 75th anniversary Batman going on.
You've been asking for more Scott Snyder Batman.
Yes.
You're getting more Scott Snyder Batman.
Do you remember, I think it was part of X-Force. Dupe.
I certainly do. X-Force, and then it became Ecstatic.
Yes.
I remember Aldred was on. Mike Aldred was the art on
of
that.
Madman fame.
Yeah,
great stuff. If you haven't checked that out, check that out. He's back, Bamf, into our new timeline. He went away for a little bit, I think.
But
and now
Amazing X-Men, and now into his own regular book. Oh, man. I'm so jazzed about Nightcrawler, y'all. Really.
I loved him in X-Men, too.
Oh, yeah.
Classic opening scene
Alan
to
Cummings.
any Marvel movie.
Oh, my God. It was amazing.
That going in and out the White House, amazing. All new Ultimates.
All new Ultimates.
Yes.
If you didn't pick up your copy of Survive, #1, which is the Requiem to Cataclysm, you still got time. I still have them. All new Ultimates. Look for big things from the Ultimates universe now.
Yes, a lot of big things going on. I love this franchise, and I love Miles Morales. Spider-Man, give him a shout out. And the wedding of the craziest guy in Marvel.
Oh, yeah, open that up.
Let's check out this this wraparound cover.
Man.
The wedding of Deadpool. Who is she? We don't know who would be crazy enough to marry this guy. It's here, folks. The craziest.
Can they have that sneak peek? The page
give them a
on
sneak
right
peek?
there. Give them a little
I think
sneak
they deserve a little bit of that.
Yeah, a
check
little
that
bit.
out,
Y'all been good. Y'all been good.
All right, the wedding of Deadpool. I know you're gonna want to check this out.
Yeah.
Another classic issue #27. Detective Comics #27.
Yeah.
So keeping up the 27 fame, because it says the most important issue 27 in the history of comics. Although I think that distinction goes to Batman. Wouldn't you say? I see that cheap shot Marvel at DC. Y'all been doing it a little bit lately.
Well,
And last but not least,
by no means
this
least,
really was like clinging, punching its way into his top 5 and my top 5. It's all new X-Men #25, because just Bendis and the whole crew on this book has been doing a bang-up job.
Bringing it together from the trial of Jean Grey, the all-new X-Men and Guardians of the Galaxy, bringing that together.
Well, even before that, they brought that old X-Men from the 60s into
teenagers.
Now. That just kind of was revolutionary.
It was.
It shook up things. We needed that kind of a shake-up in X-Men, because X-Men has been really popular, but then the stories, for me personally, got a little bit stagnant. Bringing that old X-Men, showing them in now where, Cyclops is a bad guy. Professor X is dead. Jean Grey is dead and now has a school. Have that whole team see that amazing stuff. I think it was a great
I was
time travel
especially
type deal.
touched with the moments where young Scott gets to see his father out of chronological sequence.
Yes.
And now he's decided to go off with the Starjammer. He's like, guys, I'm going with my dad.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my goodness, this is huge. Yep. There's so much going on with the X-Men, the Uncanny X-Men, the all-new X-Men, the Amazing X-Men, which was amazing.
Yes.
There's a lot happening, but all-new X-Men, as it's one of my favorites out of the X-Men franchise.
Yeah.
Kind of like Avengers is my favorite of all the Avenger titles.
Gotcha.
And I do love them all.
Yes.
I get every Avenger title.
He does.
And all new X-Men graduates near to the top of my read pile all the darn time. Not quite as high as Godzilla, mind you, but
Nothing can top Godzilla with this guy. But all new X-Men is my favorite X-Men title of the X-Men. after All New X-Men would be the regular X-Men title with the X-Women. It really should be X-Women. Give the X-Women some love. Although it is, why don't you just call it X-Women? Because that's what it is. It's not X-Men in that title. It's X-Women. But this is my favorite title, and my favorite X-Men title. And shout out, I'm loving All New X-Men. It was scrapping its way, but it didn't make it.
Yeah,
So,
well, like I said, there were just so many books. It's hard. I mean, we're gonna talk about our top 5.
Yep.
But those, Batman Eternal, Dupe, Nightcrawler,
Yes.
Deadpool, The Wedding of Deadpool,
Batman Eternal, Ultimates,
all new Ultimates. There's so much good stuff there.
Definitely.
Let's hit them.
Let's kick it off, Troy. What you got?
Okay.
Not topic. We save that for later. What's
Okay.
your first one off the jump?
Right off the top, I am a fan of Cartoon Network's Powerpuff Girls.
Yes.
I'm loving this book, as well as Ben 10 and Samurai Jack.
Yes.
Jim Zub's Samurai Jack. I mean, it's really amazing stuff.
Yeah.
This comic, to me, feels like watching the cartoon. It's just been so much fun. Derek Charm, my hat's off to you. I'm not wearing a hat right now, but hey, I got Mojo Jojo, I had the Gangrene Gang, Bubbles, Blossom, Buttercup. The theme song is playing in my head right now.
Love it. Love it.
And once
I had
again,
other
the
little
day
girls,
is saved.
I would have all three. If I had 2 others, because I only have 1. If I had 2 others, I would have them dress up, and I would, of course, be the professor. And
Professor Utonium. Yeah, exactly. Why don't you go ahead and have 2 more?
Hey, gotta let the wife know about that one.
Okay. Well, I'm sure she'd be down.
We'll see. All right, my first pick out the gate. Back in the day when I used to write and publish comic books, the first book I wrote was a book called Blood of Onyx. It was like this post-apocalyptic tale. I'm all about the post-apocalyptic tales.
I remember you
I'm a
telling me
fan
about
of
that.
Mad Max and all that kind of stuff.
When are you going to show me a copy?
I'll have to show you a copy.
You gotta show me a copy. Autograph
He's always
for me.
busy reading his 100+ comic books. I can never get his time.
Patrick
That's
got
how
no
he
time
rolls.
for me.
That's how he rolls. So when I saw the solicitations on this book, and this guy being an Aspen lover, I was like, oh, I know he loves Aspen, and I like what they're doing with this book. I'll point it out to Troy, because I know Troy's going to want to pick this up. It's called Lola XOXO. It's about, I guess her name is Lola XO. I haven't read the book yet, but it's about this lovely young lady by the name of Lola, who I believe. Artwork on it is amazing. It's a wasteland post-apocalyptic tale. She's searching for her parents in this, this wasteland of decimated United States. And we're going to follow her on her journey, find out what happened to the world, but the artwork is phenomenal.
It is.
Saya O-U-M, Syayaoum.
Oh my goodness, look at
Write that name down. She is going to be the next superstar. I am loving her artwork on this book. I believe she's also writing the book as well. Let's take a look real quick.
I think so.
She's like one and all. Story
and illustrations.
Write that name down. Syayaoum. I'm probably messing up her name, but Syayaoum. She is phenomenal. Just from the artwork right now, I'm just loving it.
Just looking at this comic, I think her name is a name you and I are going to have to learn.
Yes.
We're going to talk about her.
She's going to be a
again.
superstar.
6 issues of this book. Part 1 of 6 is right here, right now.
You're going to want to pick this up.
Yeah.
If you're a Turner fan, she's in the perfect camp of Aspen. Her art is very reminiscent. That's why I think she's going to be so phenomenal. But she has a style all her own. And if you're into wasteland post-apocalyptic stories, this is the book for you. Lola XOXO, my first pick out the gate. Is it going to be your next Aspen title?
I think it is.
All right.
It is. It's going to go right up there with Fathom and Soulfire.
Definitely. Remember that name. What you got next, Troy?
All right. Well, next up, I love the classics.
Yes.
I go way back to the cliffhanger serials. I love these things. Okay, Dynamite Entertainment. Y'all know I love Dynamite Entertainment. Flash Gordon #1. This is not the first Flash Gordon title from Dynamite. It is the latest Flash Gordon from Dynamite. This book looks amazing. I love the character. I love the concept. Flash Gordon, Ming the Merciless, the Planet Mongo, Dale Arden, Dr. Zarkov. Look at this book. This comic is amazing. Flash Gordon goes way back, way back.
Definitely.
I mean, Flash Gordon, Buck Rogers, I love this stuff. Absolutely. I love to get back in touch with the pulp action classic heroes.
Definitely.
Let's
take a look at that book.
Yeah.
While you talk, go ahead, talk. I want to take a look, man.
Yeah, it's like, Flash is, he is the signature cosmic hero. I think of Starlight, actually, that new book that came out.
With Image.
Very much in the Flash Gordon, the Flash Gordon mold. Flash is the mold.
It's where it started.
Yeah. Gooseflesh, people, this is real.
There
this
he
is
goes
happening.
again.
So,
Definitely want to shout out Flash Gordon. Jeff Parker, who's the writer on the title, he's familiar with the character. He did the whole King's Watch miniseries. He's also the writer on Aquaman. He's my pal. Check out his Inner Man book from years ago. I keep on dropping that because that's where I fell in love with Jeff Parker. Great guy, talented guy. I'm all about it. Flash Gordon.
Yeah, give me that. What you got for me, Patrick?
I want that copy though, man.
Oh, you think so? Huh?
Yes, sir. All right. Keeping it kind of pulpy with this book.
Okay.
Going back to one of my favorite films of all time, Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, Crystal Skull. Although we don't want to think about Crystal Skull.
Indiana Jones
Last Crusade.
And the Last Crusade.
I was getting there. That's one of my favorite kind of pulpy characers of all time.
Did you like the TV series?
Yes, that was
Indiana
a great.
Jones?
Young Indiana Jones was awesome. Loved it. I would always hurry home after playing outside to catch it.
You have that DVD box set, don't you?
I don't.
You don't?
But thank you for reminding me. I do need to
let's
search
do
that
that.
out. If y'all have the link, if y'all can get it for me, cheap hooker brother up. From Indiana Jones, we got Tomb Raider later on. Tomb Raider was very much inspired by Indiana Jones. And following the heels of Tomb Raider, Image Comics has a book called Shudder dropping. When I first saw this solicitation, I was like, they're doing that whole the Marlon Brando Mystery Island. Wasn't that called Shudder, guys? In the back, my producer people?
No.
Shudder? It was Shutter Island.
Shutter Island.
Yes. I immediately thought Shutter Island, but I took a look at the book. I thought it was also about a photographer. But it's about this, her name is, got my notes here, guys.
Really?
It's about Kate Christopher, who was once a famous explorer, and now there's this family secret that threatens to destroy her whole world. Ooh. And now she gets into the explorer game again.
See that title page here, Patrick?
Oh my goodness!
I'm gonna drop it on them.
So when I read about that, an Indiana Jones style character, a female. I always love great female character-led books, and the whole family secret thing. I'm sold.
Yeah, I like the sci-fi period feel to this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got a lot. It's got a lot of elements here.
With Marvel Knights Hulk and Glory Rider Joe Keating on the writing chores, and the artist on there is a female by the name of Leila Del Duca. Write that name down. LeilaDelduca. She's gonna be another phenomenal artist on the rise. Look at this cover, y'all.
Yeah.
Like, wow. I don't know if she actually, hold up. Destin Weaver did the cover. But look at that interior art. Yeah.
Yeah, like I was showing him just 2 minutes ago.
Like he was showing. Sorry about that. Thanks, brother. She's going to be another name you're going to want to watch out for. Shudder, #1. If you're a fan of Indiana Jones, you want to give another great. Image keeps dropping these great new titles.
They do.
This is one you're going to want to check out. If you're a fan of Indiana Jones, Tomb Raider, another great female character, I'm all about it. I'm digging it. Digging the theme, and it has a great pedigree. Check it out, y'all.
Yeah.
So what you got next, Troy?
Okay, next up. Zenoscope Entertainment, Grim Fairy Tales, Robin Hood Legend.
Yes.
I've been loving this ever since they introduced this character. It's a reimagining of the classic Robin Hood mythology, using a female character instead of the classic yeoman Robin of Locksley. But there is that whole parallel universe shifting that she does, into the land, I believe it's Mist, and then back to her normal life, where she's got this terrible failed life going on. Her alcoholic father, who's trailer park trash, really. I mean, I hate to say that, but that's the cast, that's the role he's been cast into. She has been tied into the Realm Knight story with Zenoscope Entertainment, but this is her spotlight issue. They just keep advancing her subplot, moving her right along. The artwork is beautiful. The story actually develops. There's very good supporting characters. There are a lot of reasons to be reading a Zenoscope book. Robin Hood Legend is one of those reasons.
Definitely.
The latest installment in the Robin Hood series from Zenoscope Entertainment.
I see pretty soon we're probably going to see that, I would expect, because there's like a love affair right now in American pop culture with archers. Wouldn't you say? You got Arrow,
Hawkeye.
You've got Hawkeye, and Hunger Games.
And in the Hunger Games,
so that would fit right in with America's love affair with archer characters.
Bows
right
and arrows. Now be careful, Patrick.
I know, right?
Because arrows aren't toys. You can hurt somebody.
And but beyond that tip of the arrow, that when you pull it back, and if you don't have it right, it hits you in the face.
I took archery. I can give you a couple of pointers.
Yeah. What can I say? I'm a bolo stick. I'm Filipino. That's what we do. We don't handle those things.
Oh, I got you.
All right. My next pick out the gate. If you were watching this show on AMC, who isn't watching this show on AMC?
There's some people out there who aren't watching the show on AMC.
Like this guy. Like, we wanted to talk about the season finale, like, last week, but
I'm
he hasn't been watching it.
behind. That's not the same thing as not watching.
He's all about behind. So anyway, if you want to get that Walking Dead fix, in joke there, if you want to keep up your Walking Dead fix, since we don't have the show until October, you're going to want to check out the comic book where it all started, y'all. The graphic novels, we have it in here in the store. I'm telling you, the source material, me personally, is 1,000 times better than the show. Much props to the show. I love the show, but the source material is 1,000 times better. So if you want to cure your Walking Dead fix up until October, you're going to want to check out the current storyline right now. It's called All Out War.
All Out
this
War.
Is issue number 125.
Well, yeah, 125, but this is part 11
chapter
out of 12.
11.
So one more chapter in
Yes.
All Out War to go. It's going to be huge.
It's going to be big.
It's going to be epic.
And, Negan is a character you haven't met on the show yet, because a lot of y'all just know the show. But Negan, I can't wait for Negan to be introduced on the show. And what's her name still alive? She's dead on the show, but she's alive in the comic book. What's her name? What's her name?
Maggie? No.
No, Maggie.
No.
She's on the cover.
Yeah.
We'll just leave it at there. What?
Andrea.
Andrea! I loved Andrea on the show. I was sad when she died, but it worked with the show.
Well,
but,
you know what?
It worked for the story, but I wish they would have kept her going.
Give you a
Don't
quick
give away
sneak
too
peek.
much.
I'm not going to give away too much.
People hate it when you spoil Walking Dead, dude.
Well, I know that, but so I only gave him one quick peek.
All right.
But All Out War, Chapter 11, Walking Dead 125.
Feed that dead fix up until October. We have these in the shop. We have all the trades. Check out the source material. 1,000 times better than the show, but much props to the show. All right, Troy, what you got next?
Okay, we're getting close. We're getting close.
Getting
close. Here we go.
Actually, you got my top pick over there. Let me get this out of the way over here.
Hey, you put it there.
Hey, what you got next, Troy?
Okay, Dark Horse Comics, Star Wars.
Yes, sir.
This is just plain old ordinary Star Wars, not the Star Wars, not Legacy, not Darth Vader and the Cry of Shadows. This is Brian Wood's Star Wars. The story is set in between the end of Star Wars, the first film, the real first film, and Empire Strikes Back. It takes us from the Battle of Yavin and the search for a new rebel base and everything that occurs for our characters. It introduces some of the characters that we wouldn't actually get to know until Return of the Jedi, but it puts them in their proper context here. Brian Wood has apparently done his Star Wars research. He knows who these people are. He knows what's going on. He takes Luke, Leia, Han, Chewie, Mon Mothma, all the characters, and brings them moving.
Definitely.
Moving.
I'm really enjoying this new Star Wars series.
Darth Vader, having to go and tell the Emperor, hey, I blew up your Death Star. I'm sorry, my bad. That's on me. This is such a good book.
Yes.
Issue 16, I believe it's supposed to run 20 issues, but
they capped it off? I thought
it was always intended to be capped off because it fits in between two movies. How long can it possibly go on? But they're making
a creative writer can do it.
And eventually, you have to get to Empire Strikes Back. At some point, you need to get to the next day.
I understand. Come on, we want more. What Star Wars fans want more.
Sooner or later, the bounty hunter on Ord Mantell is going to give Han Solo a hard time. We got to see that happen.
That is true.
That is true. We got to get to Hoth.
Definitely.
We got to get to the Boba Fett, the bounty hunters. So much Star Wars goodness.
Have you heard they already started filming on the new Star Wars?
Yes, I did hear
this.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Can't wait.
Me neither, but I'm going to have to.
Yes.
While I'm waiting, Brian Wood is going to take care of me. He's going to hook me up.
Yes, he will. Yes, he will. My next pick out the gate, other than Avengers, the other Avengers title that I'm all about is the Mighty Avengers, because it's throwing some shine to Avengers of color, like guys like us, us nerds of color. I'm happy to see that Marvel's giving them some shine. What I'm really excited about this particular book, as you can just see from the cover, they're trying to get everybody who hasn't been picking up to see that they're going to reveal the new Ronin. Ronin is being revealed. If you are picking up the original Avengers series, you know that it was Hawkeye.
Well, yeah.
Or was it was Hawkeye, or was it Echo and then Daredevil?
Well, it was,
because there's been a couple of Ronins, right? So, Mr. Extraordinaire on your Avengers history, who was it?
Well, Echo took a turn.
Yes.
Hawkeye came into the role when he wasn't being Hawkeye, and Kate Bishop had picked up his identity.
Got it.
For while she was in the Young Avengers.
Okay.
Echo is a phenomenal character.
Yes.
Love her appearing in Daredevil previously.
Yes.
But now we don't know who
the new Ronin is.
Who Ronin has been these last couple months, but I think we're in for some surprises.
Definitely. I gotta say though,
surprises.
being of Asian descent, You know, I was like, oh, Ronin, we got another Asian in comic books, man, and with Marvel and stuff, and with the Avengers, but turned out to be a white guy in Hawkeye. At least for me, when I found out, that's my introduction to Ronin, was Hawkeye. I'm like, man, what's up? Can we get some more Asian characters?
Asian characters. Listen to this guy go on.
We get no love, man.
He was born in the valley.
I'm just saying. So, anyway, I'm really excited about this book. I'm loving the Mighty Avengers title, and I've already flipped through the end. And I'm really excited. I know who it is.
Yeah, I'm not going to flip to the end.
I'm not going to spoil it for you guys.
And I'm not going to take the spoilers. I'm going to wait patiently.
We won't spoil it.
Oh, that's good.
But you're going to be super excited on who it is. I think it's going to change the game of the Mighty Avengers title, just like Captain America 2 did for, everything
We're going to talk about that.
But we'll talk on that later. We still got our top pick. But I just want to say how that changes the game. This particular book is going to change the game for this particular title. So you're going to want to pick up Mighty Avengers issue number 9, y'all.
9. My
All right.
Goodness.
So, top pick of the week.
Drum roll, please. Okay. This comic is getting my strenuous recommendation.
That means...
Ding, 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 ding. Strenuous recommendation number 7.
Throw it back, y'all.
Iron Fist, The Living Weapon, issue number 1.
Yep.
Okay. I was so hurt to my soul when the Immortal Iron Fist series ended. And the Immortal Weapon series ended with only 5 issues. It just wasn't enough Iron Fist for me. I did love seeing Iron Fist in the pages of the Avengers, and I was really, really hoping that we were going to get this book, and now here it is. I couldn't wait. You know what? If they did a comic, Iron Fist goes to the laundromat, I would buy that. You hear that, Marvel? I would buy that. This, though, the Immortal Champion of the Immortal City, Danny Rand Kai, as he is sometimes known, a student of Lei Kung, the Thunderer. Yeah. I'm hoping that we also get to see some of the other immortal weapons as this series goes on. I'd like to see the return of Orson Randall. I'd like to see the Fat Cobra. I'd like to see Bride of Spiders, Dog Brother. I'd like to see the other immortal characters. I'm so jazzed. I want some really good kung fu action.
Wow.
And I feel like I'm going to get that. But I'm also going to get some strong build-up as to who Danny is, what is in his mind, what's going on in his life right now. That, I think, is when Iron Fist is at its strongest.
Props to Carl Andrews, who's handling the art chores on this title. He did the whole Spider-Man manga book way back when. He did a bunch of covers for Marvel Comics, and then he did some other stuff with some of the other companies. But he's always done some great work with Marvel and cover work. He's handling the art chores. He kind of went away from comic books to get into film, but now he's back at Marvel. And oh my gosh, as I was flipping through this page, all my artist cats out there, you're looking for a little bit of inspiration, check out Carl Andrews and his work on this, man. There's some phenomenal panels in that book.
The thing is, I'm looking at the page layouts, and like you said, went into movies, into storyboarding. There is a lot here that is drawn from cinematics.
Oh, yes.
Not unlike, I don't want to compare him to Paul Gulacy. He has his own style, his own flavor.
Steve Scroce.
But it's something that both of those artists, who both did kung fu characters, both artists have done very well, is capture the cinematic flair.
Definitely.
And put you in the moment as if you were watching a film. For a moment, you're going to lose yourself. You're going to think that, what's going to happen next? It's not a moving picture.
Carl Andrews, you put your foot in that one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That old slogan, you're putting your foot in it, that means you rocked it.
Boom!
He put his he put his karate kick. Man, that
the
is
best
off
foot
the chain.
forward.
I saw solicitations, but flipping through that book just now, as you were talking, dang, woo! Carl Andrews, you put your foot in it. All right, my top pick out the gate.
Top pick.
Keeping it Marvel this week, I see.
Well, Marvel hit us with a whole lot of things.
They sure did. They had a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they did.
As we saw from when we started this all up. My top pick is Daredevil 1.50. Essentially, we had the new Daredevil number 1 that dropped, I think, like a week or two ago. But this is a Daredevil 1.50 because it's celebrating the 50th anniversary of Daredevil. We have a bunch of great talent on this. Mark Waid, Brian Bendis, Kessel, Rodriguez, Alex Maleev, Palmer, Lopez. Man, let me flip through it real quick. Basically, this tale, from what I read, takes place on Daredevil's, what's his real name? Matt Murdock.
Matt Murdock.
It's his 50th birthday.
Okay.
That's what this tale is all about. It's about Matt Murdock on his 50th birthday. So there's going to be a lot of stuff and future stuff that we're going to learn on this particular book.
So a little out of chronological sync, but that's okay.
So very interesting for you if you're a Daredevil fan, seeing Matt Murdock in his 50s and what's going to occur there. I don't want to flip too much because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of amazing inside stuff because it's a future look at the character.
I was just looking at, there's a chapter in here that's prose text, still images and prose text.
Yes.
That's a nice little throwback there. Take you back to,
what he was talking about real quick right there.
Yeah.
Just some good stuff.
So you're going to have to read some words here, people.
If you're a fan of Daredevil, this is a great way to show respect to him. Celebrate his 50th anniversary. He's a great character. Get all caught up before the Netflix series drops, which I'm excited for.
Netflix will have Daredevil and Iron Fist. There's something for both of us here.
And then the Defenders. We're getting Power Man,
Luke Cage.
Yeah.
It's an exciting time. I'm gonna have to get my Netflix subscription up. I'm gonna have to do that.
Telling you.
Man.
All right, y'all. Now it is about that time. Let me bring in my boy Marc Lutz, co-producer on the show, because we want to talk about this particular dude right here. You see him on, let me not zip it all the way. Captain America 2, The Winter Soldier, dropped last week from the last episode. We talked about a little bit last week. We've all now seen it since then. So we want to talk on it.
Yes.
As y'all know, I worked on it, and for the longest time, as I wanted to reveal that whole the Jasper Sitwell to Senator Stern conversation with Gary Shandling. I knew that years ago when I was working on the set, but I couldn't reveal it. That was part of the NDA. I couldn't reveal because that was going to shake up everything, which now everybody's seen has shaken up the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Spoiler alert, just so you know.
They've already seen it.
But they might not.
Our Flashbacker fans have seen it.
There's some people that are only just.
Okay, I'll have my man Matthew, our other producer on the show, throw a spoiler right before I chimed in on that.
Yeah.
But that was a secret that I wanted to share to you guys for the longest time, and now you all know.
Now we know.
And now you know, and it has changed everything. Let me hear what you guys think on it. Go ahead.
Okay, well,
somebody talk.
I'm a fan of S.H.I.E.L.D. as an institution from way back in 1964, the Strange Tales days. We saw Tony Stark bring Nick Fury on, handpicked as the man to lead S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes.
Ironically now, in the cinematic universe, it's Nick Fury that taps Tony Stark to be part of the Avengers Initiative. Do you remember Nick Fury versus S.H.I.E.L.D.? Do you remember the Inner Corruption?
Book.
Yeah.
Pick that up, y'all.
They bring down the organization. Nick Fury puts together a new team, a hand-picked team, one where he can control all aspects. But given the nature of the mission, it just grows. It gets bigger than what a hand-picked team of 6 can do.
Yes.
And then I'm skipping a whole lot here. We don't have a lot of time.
True.
But you remember the Secret Warriors series?
Yes.
The Secret Warriors, where we saw the maneuvering of Nick Fury and S.H.I.E.L.D. and Baron Strucker and Hydra. And of course, Nick did not have full S.H.I.E.L.D. resources. He just had that, again, small hand-picked team he could control. Remember,
and that's what they're all
Daisy
leading
Johnson?
To now. That's what we're seeing now.
We're
reflected in the
that.
cinematic universe.
Oh my goodness! So I was really pleased with the evolution of that, with the use of the character Alexander Pierce. Robert Redford's acting performance is amazing here. Getting Jasper Sitwell, where I remember him from the Deltite invasion of Nick Fury versus S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, there's so much.
All right, what you got to say on it, Marc?
You know what? Just from
favorite parts.
Start to finish. If I had to pick a favorite part, I would have to be that one point in the movie where Cap has to make that decision if he's going to hold on to his old world values or if he's going to throw it all away and move ahead with the rest of society and compromise his values. And he makes that gut check that makes him Cap and says, you know what, we're going to do this because this is what we do, and on we go. The fight scenes were amazing. The plot was
like how they slowed it down, silenced it, sped it up right when it needed to be.
Yeah,
the knife fight, woo.
Yeah,
the knife fights were amazing.
Seeing Falcon fly. You really got a great Falcon.
Oh my God! Was Mackie incredible or what?
I'm telling you.
And just for, again, as a fan of the story, having the Encyclopedia Troitanica here to tell us how everything goes, and then being, of course, just a fan of movies. Just everything about this movie. Having Georges St. Pierre, Gorgeous
GSP
George
as Batroc.
Yeah.
Batroc the Leaper.
How was that fight scene on the ship?
Ooh, that was.
Well, actually, even before the fight scene, how they finally really let Captain America let loose, come down from the plane, and as he makes his way to there, bam, pow, boom. Was that not hot?
Oh, it was.
My wife was
amazing.
like, woo! Finally letting him deliver.
Was he wearing a parachute?
No,
he wasn't.
You know?
It was just right out of the jump. It's like, all right, we got things to do. No time for that. Bye.
You know?
And just
they let him let loose.
The character development interaction between Cap and
Yes.
the Black Widow.
Yes.
Between
throw some shine on Black Widow. Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson's perfect.
She's obviously beautiful, but finally she got to really let loose action-wise. I think more so in the other films. We got to see more of her character in her person.
Well, yeah, exactly. There was a vulnerability that she was able to show that did not compromise the strength of her character.
Definitely.
So she was able to humanize a bit, but not give up the backbone of the Black Widow.
Right. Oh yeah.
You know, from Iron Man to the Avengers, Captain America, the Winter Soldier. Yeah, Scarlett Johansson, take it away. You have this. You own this.
Absolutely. And we'll get into this here in a little bit. But looking at the previews, she's coming up in another movie that I'm going to want to talk about that actually looks really, really interesting.
Lucy. We'll talk on Lucy. Yeah.
But I mean, just from start to finish, if you're a fan of the comics, again, the difference between the cinematic world and the comic world. If you're just a casual movie fan, you got to go see this movie.
Definitely.
And without giving anything away, I do have to tell you, a true fan stays all the way through the credits.
Yeah, if you're a true Marvel fan, you should already know by now.
At this point, I sit in my theater seat until the usher politely asks me to go.
There you go. You're gonna have to drag Troy David out of there.
I go with
y'all thoroughly enjoyed it up there as a Marvel film.
Absolutely.
For longtime Cap fans, this film intelligently adapts the story elements of Captain America, his evolving relationship with Nick Fury, the spy agency S.H.I.E.L.D. You know, we think back to the 1970s, the Secret Empire stories.
Yep.
We think back to S.H.I.E.L.D. and Cap first realizing that there's corruption within, you know, the corporation, the S.H.I.E.L.D. super agents, Cap breaking away, Cap and Nick Fury coming to loggerheads, and then eventually coming back together because they were both World War II veterans. Now, this Nick Fury isn't a World War II vet like Cap, but I think there are places where they agree to agree, and there are places where they agree to disagree. It's, like I said, it's very intelligently adapted. It modernizes what it needs to modernize. It obviously has a lot in this 50-year history to draw from, but it does so quite well.
Absolutely.
What do you think, real quick before we go on to something else that's part of this, the moment with, one of the touching moments was when Sharon Carter was in bed.
Peggy
Peggy Carter, sorry about that. Sharon, well, we did get a Sharon Carter, Agent 13.
We did.
Yep.
But the Peggy Carter moment in bed.
Yes.
That was so touching.
It was very well done.
Well done.
Props to Chris Evans as an actor, but really Peggy stole that scene.
Yes.
That was all
Absolutely.
her.
And again, that goes back into what I was saying about my favorite part about the film, where Cap's got that decision to make.
Yeah.
And having that kind of be his catalyst to make a decision and get us to where we wind up in the film. You know, it was a brilliant play by the writers, and it was incredibly well done by the actors.
Yep.
And there was nothing wrong
These
with
guys
it.
enjoyed it.
So,
I want to shout out to all the cast and crew on the film. Everybody that I worked with on that film was great. To the Rousseau brothers, who were the directors on the team. The Rousseau brothers, I'm not even going to say their individual names, but phenomenal on the directing chores on that. They originally did Community. They came from Community as a TV series. They were big time comic book fans, and that's how they landed the gig. For this to be their first action movie out the gate.
Oh yeah.
Did y'all know that?
No.
and I wouldn't have been able to tell.
Yeah,
Hello?
They carried it away.
I'm saying, like, I want the Rousseau brothers. You know, everybody's all about how the guy with the Dark Knight, who's the guy that everybody, Christopher Nolan. Everybody's like, we can't have DC movie without Christopher Nolan, and that's how people are. I think now, you know, to me, the Rousseau brothers, with what they did with Captain America: Winter Soldier, they need to do more.
You know,
I want them on Captain America 3. Hopefully, we'll get them. But I want them to do some more Marvel movies.
I'm loving the directorship in all the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yes.
Joss Whedon,
They've had some
Kevin
great
Feige, Jon Favreau. They've all come with respect for the characters, with respect for the franchises, and it shows. The respect definitely shows.
So, but I just want to say a shout out. Respect to everybody, but Rousseau Brothers, y'all did a phenomenal job. You guys are great.
Yeah.
We need you on more, all right? So, in regards to Captain America the Winter Soldier, there's a little TV series on ABC by the name of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And if you saw this film, you know it's going to tie into everything else. And Marvel's doing a phenomenal job with all this tie-in stuff. We've been watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. What do you guys are thinking now? Tonight, as we're recording this, is going to be now, I think everybody's going to tune in who loved Captain America 2.
Absolutely.
We're missing it right now, but I know that it will be the first thing we're going to watch.
Benefit.
Exactly. It's the first thing we're going to watch off of our DVRs when we leave here tonight. So what do y'all want to say on that? Are you desperate to watch it as much as I am?
You know what, again, talking about the way that they have tied everything in, the way that they had Nick Fury come in and do his cameo at the end of the 3rd episode, the way they've had Lady Sif come in and do
which was awesome.
Absolutely. And they have flat out said things that happen in this movie are going to directly correlate to the show.
Yeah.
Ooh, sign me up.
So he's ready. All right, Marc's ready. What about you, Troy?
Oh, I'm all in for this. I love how the show helps to expand the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It gives us more of the behind the scenes. There really wasn't enough time to get into Coulson's story in Captain America the Winter Soldier. We fortunately had this show. We've been able to see the dynamics of his working team. We've been able to learn some of the other agents like Victoria Hand. And now what happened in Winter Soldier, shaking the foundation of the show, just the things that are going to happen. Yeah, it is. It's going to be so interesting. I'm hoping that everyone is at least as current as last week's episode. If you see the film and then watch the episode again, there are moments where you're like, oh, wait, you're watching the show. That is when this happened in the movie. And you're watching the movie, and then this is going to hit the show like that, and you're just going to be amazed. Deathlock. I got to derail this conversation for 2 seconds. Just talk a little bit about Deathlock.
Okay.
Because this is not...
Shout out to J. August Richards.
You know what? This is not Luther Manning, and this is not Michael Collins. This is not a Deathlock we've had before, but it respects Deathlock. It builds him up. It's beautiful. It's brilliant. It's modern. Importantly, it's modern. It fits the context of the show. It's a very good element to have.
J. August Richard, the actor portraying Deathlock, shout him out. He's also going to be at Awesome Con. I want to shout that out because I'm part of the Awesome Con staff. But yes, phenomenal. I'm digging it.
Yeah.
He's not, as you said, our Luther Manning or who we know
Michael
from the
Collins,
books. But I think they're doing a good job.
Well, it would be a little difficult.
Shout out to the creator of Deathlock, who hasn't gotten a lot of pub, but Richard Buckler, Senior. Is it Senior? Rich Buckler, who I met years ago. Phenomenal guy, great guy. I'm hoping he's getting paid for that as well, because a long time ago, before the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they were pushing a Deathlock movie. It never made its way. I'm happy to see that it's now in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We're getting a Deathlock-esque style character. But Rich Buckler, a lot of creators, who don't get the props and who created these characters that we love. So shout out to Rich Buckler.
I'm actually old enough. I think I'm the only one of the three of us old enough to have actually read Astonishing Tales when it was a new comic.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
When it was a new comic.
He pulled it off the stage.
But yeah, I did. It was a quarter, and I bought that. And it was awesome.
So to keep the conversation going, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it was announced yesterday that because it was so successful, that Captain America 3 is going to drop the release date the same date as the Batman vs. Superman movie that Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck led film, and Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. DC and Marvel are going toe-to-toe. It's going to be a championship fight on that theater release date. What do you guys say about that? What do you think on that? Are they playing a game of chicken? Who's going to chicken out first? What do you want to say on that?
This is nothing new. Comic fans, longtime comic fans, Marvel and DC on opposite sides of the street in New York. We had what? We had Crisis on Infinite Earths, and we had Secret Wars almost within a year of each other.
Yes.
We had Infinity and Forever Evil, in the same summer. It's not the first time these two powerhouses have gone head-to-head, but cinematically, this is way different. Back when Marvel could hardly get a project off the ground, DC gave us Superman the movie, Christopher Reeve.
Yes.
And it was awesome.
Yes.
And Marvel's efforts fell short.
True.
I like to stay positive when possible, but the truth is...
No one watched that Punisher Dolph Lundgren film.
Yeah, well, I did.
I did too.
I bought the video. And the Captain America movie of the 1990s.
Which I actually liked. I gotta say, I liked it.
Oh, that
you
was
didn't
so
like
weak.
it.
Well, it was so weak.
Red Skull looks good though.
Yeah.
All right.
But this is just amazing. DC has done some amazing things with the Dark Knight trilogy, with Man of Steel, with the show Arrow.
Yes.
So, we're seeing some incremental steps forward here from both Marvel and DC, but I think Marvel has really knocked it out of the park with their cinematic universe, while DC is really
looked at all those trailers preceding Captain America 2.
Mm-hmm.
It was nothing but Marvel trailers. Guardians of the Galaxy, Days of Future Past, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like, hello.
But then DC has also been knocking it out of the park with their animated movies.
Yes,
their special
I will say
animated films.
They're trumping them on the DC
incredible
animated side. Yeah.
So here we go. We're going to see who's got the better job going on here. I'm going to go see both movies. There's no way I'm not.
Of course.
I might even have to do a double feature, take the wife to 2 movies in one day.
If that happens.
Yeah.
So let me go with Mark with his bit of comments.
You know what? I'm right there with Troy David. I would love to be a fly on the wall in both offices, hearing the discussions, hearing the oh my God, no they didn't, oh my God, yes they did, and back and forth. But yeah, to a certain extent, I think that maybe it is a little bit of politics, a little bit of a game of chicken. But I am a huge fan of what DC did with the latest Superman movie. I love how they did that, how they told enough of the original story instead of just, oh yeah, so here's this guy from a different planet and he does all these amazing things. Now we know more about where he came from.
Yes.
And what has happened to make him Superman.
Yes.
And I love that. But again, Cap, and everything that we've already said about this latest Captain America movie, I'm with Troy David. If they wind up dropping on the same day, I'm going to go see 2 movies.
All right.
So
let me cut it off right there. I'm going to force you guys to make a decision. Well, actually, even before that, if it's a game of chicken, who do you think is going to chicken out first? Mark, DC or Marvel?
DC backs down first.
I got to go with that.
So you both agree DC will back down first because of Marvel's successes thus far.
And for no other reason than that.
All right. If they come out the same day, which movie are you watching first?
It depends what time I roll out of bed.
Choose. Cap or Batman? You have to choose.
I would go see Batman Superman first.
Okay.
Just to whet my appetite.
Okay. Well, so to me, then, yeah, I'm making you choose.
I feel like I'm waiting with more anticipation for Captain America. I gotta hit the best first. Life's uncertain. I gotta have dessert first.
So you're going with Cap 3.
I'm going with Cap 3 first.
All right, since you guys ended up in a tie, I'll give my quick commentary. I think DC again will chicken out because they already did back it up already. And if I have to choose between the two, I'm going with Batman versus Superman because I've always wanted to see Wonder Woman finally on screen, and I think Gal Gadot is an amazing. Well, she's amazing. We'll just leave it right there. So, Gal.
And I got to say, because you just bring this thought to my mind.
Yeah.
With Wonder Woman, I am very jazzed about seeing Wonder Woman on the big screen.
Yeah.
I feel like the movie itself isn't going to be focused strongly on her.
Yeah, it's not. We already know that. It's going to be Batman versus Superman.
So, yeah, it's like she'll be there.
He's trying to get down with us now. Because he went with Cap 3.
No. I'm sticking with that.
Right.
But I will say this for DC. If I were in that spot, if I were, Time Warner owning DC Comics, I would look at Marvel's success. Arrow, Man of Steel, Smallville. I would make one cinematic universe and not divergent franchises that don't tie to each other. We have Arrow and we have Smallville. We have a Green Arrow in each. Why do we have 2 Green Arrows for television? We should only have 1.
That's another story, though, there.
Right.
That's another story there. So with what it is...
When we talk about why it's successful, though, I think that unity will help tell the tale of the success.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Marvel's painted the picture. DC, you're called to the game. So, and I think we all agree. We think DC will back down. What do they move it forward or do they push it back? We shall all see.
And now the gauntlet's thrown, so maybe they'll stand firm.
So
maybe they'll stand firm.
And if we had to choose, Batman versus Superman, because we're finally getting that. Mm-hmm. We're finally getting it, and I think that's why it's trumping, at least for me, Cap 3. Mm-hmm. Because we already know that we're gonna see it anyway. We're gonna see both films regardless. But if we had to choose, we haven't gotten that Justice League yet, and that's kind of what Batman versus Superman film is gonna be. So that's why I think it is for me.
And I kind of think that's going to be DC's answer to the Avengers.
Yeah.
Is now they've got to get that ball rolling.
Yep.
But they've got to do it kind of like Marvel did it, with every individual building up to.
Exactly.
And I don't think they have the time to do it, to be honest. So we'll see.
All right. Well, I think we've ran with a lot of time today. There's a lot to talk about today, but we've been so jazzed. So we got to eat.
Yeah.
Y'all ready to eat?
Ready to eat.
Right, because someone chickened out of the chocolate contest.
Oh my!
Yeah, we did hype an ultimate chocolate challenge, but y'all gave up online. I saw your messages on Facebook. You punking out. You like, Patrick, I don't want to lose to you because you're the man. So
I wasn't punking out. I was talking smack.
You want some?
I was saying you couldn't hang.
Do you still want some though?
Okay. You know what? Here.
You got some chocolate with you? Oh, here he goes. Oh. All right. Okay. You know what? We'll give you a little bit more for this episode. We've ran long, but this dude is trying to call me out. So. I'm going to throw it to, I got some stuff that I could have talked about. So, real quick, I'm going to shout out, because I'm unstoppable, dog. My boy JD Rosario of Unstoppable Comics, he has a Kickstarter campaign for his book, Interceptor. I think I'm saying it right, Interceptor. But shout out to JD Rosario, Unstoppable Comics. Check out this Kickstarter campaign right after this. As we set up, I'm going to battle this dude, all right? Ultimate Chocolate Challenge right after this. This is JD Rosario of Unstoppable Comics. Check out this book. All right, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Flashback Comics. This is the first ever Ultimate Chocolate Death Challenge. I have here at Flashback Comics in Woodbridge, Virginia, our two contestants. They will be battling, hopefully not really to the death. First, from San Diego, California, he stands at a whopping 5'6", weighs 175 pounds. He is Patrick Michael Stray!
Woo! You ready, Marc?
Bring it.
All right.
And the challenger. He hails from Fort Belvoir, Virginia, by way of Dusseldorf, Germany. He stands at 6'6", weighs 275 pounds of rock-hard chiseled muscle. This is Marc the Terminator Lutz. All right, Flashback fans, the rules of this game are very, very simple. We have here 5 stellar examples of chocolate eats and drink. They must be consumed before time is called. Time will be marked by Baby Metal's Gimme Chocolate. You got that, guys?
Yes, sir.
You gotta finish this stuff before the end of the song. The winner is the last man standing, or, you could quit, you could tap out, you could say uncle, and get the heck out of Dodge. Oh, you think so, huh? Germans eat a lot of chocolate, Patrick. Let me warn you. Okay, you got island blood, my brother. True. They don't do chocolate in the Philippines. You hunt down.
We practice on rice, though.
Yeah, well,
we imagine that it's.
This ain't flavor. Rice, my brother. That is not rice in the middle of that M&M.
No, it's not.
So, are you all ready?
We are ready, sir.
Are you all ready?
Marc?
I was ready 2 weeks ago.
Then, with apologies, let's get ready to crumble!
Let's go.
Hit it, Megan.
Up. Up.
It's
All
coming.
right.
Do it! Marc Lutz is off to a strong start. Masticate, masticate. Patrick, he's going to lap you. Do not be afraid to use all of your teeth. You got 32 choppers. Bring them into play. If it falls on the floor, the 5-second rule does apply.
Okay. You're going down.
Let's chat.
Strategy. Right now. Get everything open.
Baby metal, give me chocolate. Remember that, Flashback fans. Up. Is that Patrick? Have you?
No. I'm just getting it all set up.
Set up.
Strategy, man. Get it all open so that way I can get it right in.
Oh.
That's how I'm doing it.
Would you like some silverware? We're gonna do a cutaway of you two dancing, right?
Oh, hell no.
Oh my God.
I warned you, Patrick. Europeans and chocolate.
I got you right. Oh, okay. Here we go. Here we go.
Wow.
Not to brag, but I could teach both of you a lot about eating chocolate.
Oh, really?
I could.
I'm pretty sure Megan and I could.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, Lieutenant, but I don't
Cameron, you zooming in on this
anybody
dude?
Oh,
about
no,
anything.
honey.
Oh my God.
Women can eat a lot.
There's a reason I really
You got quite a bit there,
We
sir.
are not at our emotional best stage. There is a reason we eat ice
Just give me a tragedy first, alright?
Yeah.
But
I'll pack it in.
I'll eat ice cream with ramen.
when are women ever off their game emotionally?
Wow.
Kind of like that,
I think
bitch.
you got jokes over there.
Oh, look at
What?
that! Look at that!
Reese's
You got
sandwich.
ketchup.
Yeah.
I don't know, you're dropping an awful lot there.
Yep. You're gonna have to lick that off the counter.
I got it. I got it.
No, seriously, I run sales on that counter.
Although he was the one who was very consumed over being able to
Oh my God.
half a Reese's is left with 2 M&Ms.
Marc Lutz and Patrick Strange are professionals. We at Flashback Comics do not advocate you trying this at home. Molars, Patrick. Molars. It's all
Oh!
time.
Hold up.
Time. Time.
Where are we at?
Oh.
Where are we at? Well, ladies and
All right.
gentlemen, boys and girls, my unbiased judging occurs.
Take a look. No, let's look.
I have half a Snickers and an untouched Reese's cup. We finished off the M&Ms. We finished off the Hershey bar. We still got some of that chocolate left in there.
How much?
Patrick might have made a strong showing here. You know, I wish I had a scale. Because, see, you got the whole Snickers.
Yeah, okay. And he has the whole Reese's.
He's got the whole Reese's.
So that trumps out. So out of the 5.
You still got some peanut butter cup left. You still got M&Ms left.
And
You
some
still got
Hershey.
milkshake left. You still got a Hershey's left.
He's ahead of you on the chocolate milk though. He has definitely taken you on the lead there. Okay.
Call it, Troy.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I honestly, I'm not trying to just curry favor here, but I really do feel like we've almost exactly split it. It's almost a tie. You've both done some pretty amazing things. So here's what I got to do. No one wants it to end in a draw.
No one wants it to end in a draw. Call it.
So here's what you got to do.
Oh my gosh.
You got to take this half of the Snickers, and you got to take this half of the Snickers, and I'm gonna watch. Get that half of the Snickers down. I will give the winner the get through that Snickers bar. Do it.
Okay, let's throw the music back on.
All right.
Let's get the music.
Kick
it off with the music.
Down.
Oh my god.
Wait a second.
Can I get a drink real quick? Will that be okay? Is that okay with you if I just gotta drink some of this now?
Yeah. Take.
It's in the back of my throat, man. It's in the back of my throat.
Tap out anytime.
Do you need a Heimlich?
Oh my god.
I was even a good sport to help mop up your brow.
What was
You
it
looking
like again? It went away.
All right, get the music going.
That's what I just asked.
Okay, yes, I'm sorry.
Do you need chocolate?
And turn it up. I need music.
Okay.
It'll push me over. I'm taking you down, Mark. I'm taking you down.
Okay. You got to get through that half.
His bar and one bar.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. And that's going to determine the winner.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
I think I got tweeters asking us, is everything okay?
Okay.
All right. Are you ready?
On your go.
All right.
that
Pick
down.
your bar up.
No.
And do it. Chew. Chew. Just like the Image comic. Come on. Oh, stop showing off. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. I think decency has taken the day off.
Gotta get that pre-chew in, man. Pre-chew.
He seems to be fine.
Get it. Are you there yet? I don't know if you got a second. This is a pretty speedy song. Come on now. Flashbackers want to see a winner. Flashback fans love winners. The two exceptions are Custer and the Alamo. Otherwise, winners! Oh, we have a winner!
Open.
He did. Oh, Patrick, it edged you out. It was a supreme effort. It was valiant. Shout out to Valiant Comics. But, ladies and gentlemen, our winner by decision.
Hold it, Mark.
Marc the Terminator Lutz.
All right, Troy. This has been Flashback Comics
Ultimate Chocolate Death Challenge.
and also part of our picks of the week for April. I don't even know what anymore. April 2014. Tell them what they gotta do, Troy.
You gotta like us on Facebook.
Like us on Facebook.
Follow us on Twitter.
Follow us on Twitter.
Some of you already are. And subscribe to us on YouTube.
Subscribe on YouTube. I am Patrick Michael Strange, and I'm gonna die of chocolate. This is Marc Lutz and Troy David Phillips. Live, beat, create, y'all. Deuces.
Peace.
Oh my God, I'm gonna die.